How do you know that you're on your path? Because it disappears. That's how you know. How do you know that you're really doing something radical? Because you can't see where you're going. That's how you know. But everything you have lent on for your identity has gone. And so you are going to enter the black contemplative splendors of self-doubt at the same time as you're setting out on this radical new path. So you need to know how you know where you are. But actually, poetry shows how incredibly precise it is in there. It was a story that would be told to a young boy or girl that would ask the question, what do I do when I'm lost in the forest? So the elder says, stand still. The trees ahead and bushes beside you are not lost. Stand still. What do I do when I'm lost in the forest? Stand still. The trees ahead and bushes beside you are not lost. Wherever you are is called here, and you must treat it as a powerful stranger, must ask permission to know it and be known. Listen, the forest breathes. It whispers, I have made this place around you. If you leave it, you may come back again, saying, here. Stand still, the forest knows where you are. You must let it find you. See, what's astonishing about that poem is you can say, there are three things in this poem, see, that are absolutely clear.
This is Chris. Welcome to the world's first GYATT Fortnite podcast, where I'm wondering if Fortnite won't give us new Star Wars skins. I'll give you something better. Truth. Technically, someone else might already have a Fortnite podcast, but in the spirit of Fortnite, this one's for the players who thank the bus driver like it's a prayer, land with a plan, and still get bodied by a guy in a peely suit. That's me. This week, I prepared this episode during the pregame lobby. A couple pregame lobbies at that. While some maniac on the island, no lie, built a sky penis, and I debated reality. I'm convinced that Click's, Peterbot, and Zemi's FNCS run was more cinematic than most Netflix originals. What a show. You heard me say it. This mini season has me drinking minis like they're confidence shots. And I'm still peeking around corners like I didn't learn from last time. And I've been playing as Battle Pass Vader. The OG Vader, not the samurai one. Just to show these players I'm still wearing that exclusive backbling from Chapter 2. Like it's proof I survived something nobody asked about. Anyways, let's jump into this episode before the App Store locks us out too. And let's get ready to dive in. Before moving on, I just want to let our listeners know that we're currently trying to build our following on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Small, independent podcasts like this one need all the support we could get to survive. Sharing, liking, commenting on socials, and reposting on TikTok and X, and following on social media is greatly appreciated and helps keep this afloat during turbulent times. Thank you. Welcome to Chapter 6, Season 3, Star Wars Edition. The TTK Awakens. I've never died faster in my life. Time to kill? More like time to uninstall if you're not ready. Hit scan weapons are frying us out here because you could literally just switch to the next weapon and it's practically already loaded. If you could smell the blood in the water, you are either applying the pressure when you land or you're taking it. All right? Infinite ammo, zero shame. And speaking of death, let's talk about hope. Obi-Wan Kenobi is back in the item shop. He walked in with 0 new friends. No new Anakin, no Cal Kestis from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Epic, I'm looking at you right now. Looking at you. No Ahsoka re-release. Fortnite's idea of Star Wars Week is one middle-aged man in a robe. And we're supposed to feel blessed? All right. Let's get something straight right now. Fortnite may be a multiversal, cross-franchise, digital sandbox of imagination. But it's still at the mercy of one little green button that says approved or not approved. It sucks. Apple's got Fortnite trapped in a holding pattern longer than the Chapter 1 black hole screen since Friday. You could feel the sweat forming on Epic servers, like a focus skin queuing into a Tilted Towers drop. Just one more review, please. Nah, not today, Timmy Sweeney. Apple is still holding Epic hostage in the App Store review dungeon since Friday. Okay? But when it comes back, I'm downloading for keeps. I'm serious. I'm just going to keep it. But shout out to FNCS Pro-Am, Peterbot, Clicks, and Zemi. Great show, man. You guys put on a show that reminded me what competitive Fortnite used to feel like. Chaotic, beautiful, and absolutely unhinged. Credit where credit's due. FNCS Pro-Am was incredible. Peterbot ascended to Jedi Master. Clicks is finally playing like the main character he cosplays as. And Zemi? My boy Zemi. Dude looked like he drank 2 shield kegs and ran through a rift gate into another dimension. Yo, man, major props to you guys. This event felt like a throwback to when Fortnite was raw, sweaty, and unscripted. All right, enough rambling. Let's land in this episode before Apple reviews us too. If this is my last day alive, I'm landing Magic Mosses. I don't care that it's a hot drop. I don't care that the Death Star is looming above us like a cosmic threat no one's emotionally ready for. I want sprite shrines tucked between trees, crooked cottages that look like they're keeping secrets. I'd like a black market that never asks questions. Seriously, you just go in there, open up the next door, boom, everything's there. And the illusion that magic still matters. Because that's life, right? One giant Magic Mosses where everything's enchanted and nothing's safe. So let's play Fortnite like it's the last time we ever will. Not with panic, but with presence. All right, I'm dropping in. I'm not playing for quests. I'm not playing for rank. I'm not even playing for the win. I'm playing for something that feels more important than all of that. to remember what it feels like to be here. No multitasking, no overthinking, no side conversations on the mic with a friend about what we're eating. Just one match, one drop, one chance to touch the fabric of something real through something fake. A purple MK Alpha catches my eye like a forbidden romance. I can't even begin to tell you how much I love the MK Alpha. I almost missed the floor. My pickaxe lands first. I feel like a knight dismounting without a horse. The floor is slick. The lighting in this place is bluer than my loadout. My back bling jitters against a tree, I guess. And I turn in footsteps already. I hear them before I see them. That's the problem with playing like it's your last match. You don't get time to stretch. The game doesn't care that I'm in my feelings, all right? The game just wants to start.
Anyway.
It's him or me. Shotgun, close range. He doesn't miss, but I do. I build out of instinct. Panic is a muscle memory by now, but I don't run. No, today I don't run. I swing around with 11 HP and land a shot of my life. He dies. I thank him in my head like he was a monk offering me a secret riddle that I couldn't solve. Something about how close you could come to losing everything before you even start. I drink the minis slow, not because I need to, but because it feels real. That's the thing about playing like it's your last day alive. Everything feels real. Now I'm outside. The circle's pulling me west. Always west. That's where the good loot hides and the bad decisions wait. I take a side road, a little dirt road. Crouch walk through tall grass. A tree rustles in the wind like it's trying to warn me. Or maybe it's laughing. The trees in Fortnite, I feel, have always seen and known way too much. I pass a llama. I don't shoot it. I stick my hand out and I open it that way. Today, I don't need more mats. I need peace. I slide down a hill, land by a lonely reboot van, and for a second, I think about it. Who would I even reboot? There's no one else here. But I still stop. I still crouch. Because we've all rebooted someone too late. We've all heard that sound, right? The one that's too slow, too loud, too vulnerable. And thought maybe this is how the match ends. But not today. Today, I'm not rebooting anyone. I'm just me. I'm just being here alone. But here's the thing. Presence is a slippery weapon. You hold it for a second, feel its weight in your hands, and then poof, someone throws a shockwave, and now you're 30 meters away, holding a med kit you don't need, wondering, how did I get here? So I stop again, not out of strategy, but defiance. I let a trio of birds land on a rail beside me. They're not real, nothing here is. But in this moment, I swear they're looking at me like they've seen this before. And it's, I feel like a looper, one of these guys, and it's like everything's slowing down around me. There's a cracked billboard across the street advertising something that's no longer in the game. I don't even know why it's even there. The art styles from like 3 seasons ago, dust is gathering in digital corners. This city doesn't update like it used to anymore. I wonder how long this POI has before it's deleted from memory, right? Seaport City, it's like, what's going on over here? I wonder how long I do. I crouch behind a planter and hear a vending machine humming like it's asleep. I buy nothing. I like the hum of the vending machine, though. It's very calming. Sometimes window shopping is the closest we get to choice. I walk across the parking garage and hop once. There's no real reason. It's just muscle memory. That weird Fortnite thing. Like jumping like a nervous tick. I pause again at the food court. There's a slap juice poster on the wall, faded from lighting bugs or whatever they put there. I stare at it for a little too long. The face of the character on the ad is smiling, but with their eyes closed. I match them. I close my own eyes in the real world. For a second, I'm not in the match. I'm in a summer from years ago, when Fortnite was new, when Tilted wasn't a legacy, but a huge, humongous threat. When I didn't have a loadout preference, only curiosity. I was playing duos with someone I don't even talk to anymore. And it was good. I open my eyes. I'm still crouched. The storm hasn't touched me. Not yet. I hop into a grind rail and ride it like a subway to nowhere. The city stretches underneath me like a memory I'm not ready to lose. See a little bit of billboards flashing, NPCs doing their regular walk loops. A slurp truck sits untouched on the freeway. I think of hitting it just to heal, just to smash something. But I don't. I let it live. I land softly behind a taco stand. One of those places nobody really lands unless they're desperate. I crouch there for a moment, staring at the vending machine like it's an old payphone. I imagine calling myself, pass me, telling him not to care so much, not to play so hard, not to grind until the joy wore off. He wouldn't listen. I buy a Rift to go just to hear the sound. That loud whoosh as the sky opens up like the hand of God pulling me into a better angle. I hit the Rift, not because I need to, but because I need to see from above. And everything looks different up here. Everything looks smaller, cleaner, and definitely forgivable because it's so beautiful. The structures I built in panic don't look so sloppy when I'm flying. The scars on the map flatten out into landscape. The broken fences, the half-looted shacks, the chaos. They make sense from altitude, honestly. Perspective is the rarest weapon in the game. I hover over an enemy for a second. I could drop in, get the jump, wipe them before they even know I'm here. But I keep flying. Not because I'm scared, but because I'm choosing not to play that way today. It's crazy, right? But flying is a way of saying no. No to the pressure. No to the grind. No to the part of me that thinks damage equals value. From above, the map looks so quiet. You forget how peaceful Fortnite is really from the clouds. So I find a launch pad, one of those temporary floating, questionably placed pads that someone else left behind. I bounce off of it like it owes me something and land mid-map on a hill I don't recognize. Seriously, maybe I've avoided this hill, but I just don't recognize it. And there's a strange kind of quiet whenever I feel you land somewhere in Fortnite that you've never been before. It's like this hill doesn't belong in the current season. Like maybe it was stitched in by accident from an older version of the game. I feel the terrain curve beneath me like a memory I forgot to save. Anyways, I spent hundreds of matches running from the storm. What if the storm is the point? What if it's not the enemy, but the teacher? The storm doesn't yell. It doesn't taunt. It doesn't miss. It just comes. The storm is the timer on your ego. The thing that says, you don't get forever, kid. And it never lies. Most of us live our Fortnite lives pretending the storm isn't coming. Like we'll have another match. Like we'll reboot next time. Like we'll have better ping, better teammates, more time. But what if there is no next time? Would you still waste your splash on someone who won't revive you? Would you still ghost your friend's invite to queue with a random? Would you still waste your time looting when you could be dancing and emoting? I do the worm on top of a gas station. And I'll be honest with you, in this match, I have never felt more alive. And maybe that's what this whole thing is. One long joke from the storm. A cosmic punchline about how everything we fight so hard to earn eventually gets eaten by the map, our builds, our stats, our victory crowns that get lost in the storm too. All swallowed, not lost, just reset. I hop down from the gas station roof and land next to a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle van someone else got out of earlier. I look at it. It's the color of mine is usually white, green, and red, like the pizza. The other one that I'm looking at right now, it's more like the regular Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle van. You know, I don't drive it though. But I remember their name, you know, the name of the person whose car I just got into. Sometimes that's the only honor you could offer. The gas station ignites after I accidentally hit a gas pump with the van. I don't flinch. The flames tickle the edge of the platform, and I get out of the car, I emote, and I just keep dancing. Sometimes the danger makes the moment well worth it. Then the fire dies. I walk away like an action hero from a movie that no one's filming. Top 14 now. I pass a bush and consider hiding, but I don't. I'm not here to hide. A vehicle just roars by really super quick, turbocharged, overcompensating for something. And I let it go. I don't chase. I'm not third partying. Today isn't about farming kills. It's about being in the same match as your own soul and finally stopping long enough to kind of say to yourself like, hey, I remember you. I collect a key card I'll never use. I mark a vault I won't open. I hear the click of a sniper somewhere behind me. I don't even flinch. That's how I know this is real and I'm in the moment. I walk past a campfire. It's not lit, but it's there. And something about that unlit campfire breaks my heart. Like someone meant to light it. Someone almost made it here. Maybe they had 1 HP. Maybe they were out of wood. Maybe they died reaching for warmth. I stand next to it and light it. Not for me. For them. Just in case they're watching. You never know. The circle closes in on an old POI. Some forgotten corner of the map players only land on for quests or a bad drop. There's a rundown shack here. I walk in like it's my house. Pickaxe a couch. There's loot on the table. A pair of impulse grenades. I pick one up and throw it out the window just to see it fly. I don't know why. It felt right. The other one I keep. Not for escape, but for entry. Sometimes mobility isn't running. It's arriving. Top 7. Someone's building a box that looks like a tax shelter. I creep up behind. I don't shoot, I just watch. They edit out, I'm behind a tree next to a huge rock I would have to jump onto just to see ahead. But they don't see me. I let them go. Why? Because today isn't about winning. It's about being here. This isn't a match. It's a memory. And I want to remember that I didn't shoot everyone I could have. that I could have, and I didn't. It's easy to pull the trigger, harder to hold the silence. I drop into a ravine full of mushrooms and glowing fog. I like these little pockets in Fortnite. It it feels it's like real surreal down here. You know, like I'm in a loading screen no one picked. The sound feels a little muffled. My footsteps echo differently. I feel like I could cry if I let myself. I open a chest and leave everything inside. I don't know why that feels like rebellion. Maybe because every other match I'm scavenging like I'm starving. But right now, I'm full. I am full. And I want someone else to feel lucky, to find what I left and think, finally, there's power in leaving gifts you'll never see opened. But I don't, because even in the fog, I'm still seen by the storm. Top 5 now. The air gets tighter up here. It always, for some reason, always pulls me up towards a mountain or a perched place. The air is, man, this storm is humming like a low note behind the map. I stepped through the same POI I've looted 1,000 times, but now it looks different. Maybe it's the lighting, maybe it's me. I pause in front of a mirror inside a bathroom stall. I can't see my reflection, but I always got it on my emote wheel, so I do the take the L emote. I laugh. Maybe because I've been the L this whole time. Running, grinding, proving. But today, I'm just here. No trophy, no leaderboard, just me. And a game. And a little bit of grace. I step outside and see footprints. You know, you see those visual cues on the screen. And I follow them not because I want to kill, but because I'm curious. So I crouch, like following a deer track through the woods, like tracking a thought you forgot you had. It leads me to a cracked ramp. At the top is a single med kit, untouched. I don't need it. I take it anyway, though, because maybe someone will, and maybe I can play with their head a little bit. You never know. Top 3 now. This is where we want to be. I'm standing on a rooftop made of someone else's walls. Storm closes in. I'm not moving. I let it take me, not because I'm scared, but because I want to feel it. I want to know what it means to fade out knowing I didn't flinch. The final player glides in. He sees me. We stare. He crouch dances, probably to see if I'm not a bot or what am I doing. I crouch dance back. We don't shoot. We just exist in the final circle. No blood, no builds, just 2 loopers who finally got the point. If this is my last day alive, I'm glad I spent it here with you, invisible friend, dancing with a stranger, listening to the storm instead of outrunning it, wearing a skin that doesn't match. I usually do that sometimes with a loadout that doesn't even matter. Because maybe Fortnite isn't a battle royale. Maybe it's a mirror. And today, I saw myself clearly. You've been listening to the GYATT Fortnite podcast. And if I don't reboot tomorrow, know I went out with full shield. Not because I drank it, but because I finally felt it. This is Chris. Thanks for tuning in to the world's first GYATT Fortnite podcast. Until next time, keep your shields up, your emotes ready, and remember, it's all about how you see the game. Damn right it's about how you see the game. That's why we have eyes. We process everything differently, and it's always all about perspective. I don't expect a lot of people out there in the world to have empathy or to try to put themselves in other people's shoes or kicks or Fortnite sneakers. But I do think it's important to express one another our feelings and how we feel about certain things that happen in all our lives. On that note, if you'd like to give us a follow, you can follow me on X at GYATT Fortcast and on TikTok at GYATT Fortnite Podcast. And guess what? I was drinking a beautiful coffee that I made just for this podcast. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, you can. You can tip me over at Cash App at $ChrisFreshier. Information is in the show notes. We have an update set for Thursday this week for Fortnite. And I'm hoping it's a great one. I know it will. Shout out to everybody all around the world rocking out with the GYATT Fortnite podcast. I'll see you all soon.